Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff. And welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes in our Pulls of the Week. I'm Zach, joined as always by Mason, and some great stuff we can talk about from last week, and also we look ahead to the pulls that we have coming up this week. I'll start with one of the things we talked about last week. I guess I'll tear it out with what I liked and go down to what was just kind of okay. I didn't have anything I disliked this week. But one thing that I went in and I thought that it was just going to be kind of fun, and it ended up being just that, was the Clobbering Time #1 with...
I forgot that came out this week.
With Thing and the Hulk. It was what I thought it was. You know what it was going to be. Just a nice kind of fun little adventure. Issue 2 sets up it's going to be him and Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's going to be. It's just all going to be these fun little, in their own kind of
different hero each
thing.
episode.
Yeah. And I like that sometimes. So I enjoyed that. I guess we'll just go back and forth to make it a little more interesting there. I don't want to make you follow the same thing, but what was your best pull that ended up being from last week, do you think?
It's actually really hard. The one I enjoyed the most, though, of the three I got, these are three I have here. These are the two best. I'm gonna go with Action Comics 1053.
Okay.
I've been hyping up DC, particularly Superman, every week that we've been doing this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They got me. There's until these books, I stop liking these books. I'm gonna keep picking up every Superman book. I'm gonna get John Kent next week too. So
it's issue 2 coming out, right?
Issue 2, yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up issue 1. I didn't get it last month, but I meant to. So
plus, it's only gonna be a 6-issue series.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up both too. That's one to look forward to.
Yeah, Action Comics 1053. Daniel, Kevin, crap, I forget his name. Johnson, Jurgens, Williams, Sandoval, Weeks, Savage. It's 3 different stories. End of the Power Girl story arc, and for an action, there's gonna be a Power Girl special, I think May or June, to conclude her little story arc. So, but next issue we're gonna get a new part of the three separate stories. Mm-hmm. So I'm still loving the book, and for me the main Super Family story is the most fun, just because I love the Super Family and I love when they're doing stuff.
Yeah. No, that's a story arc that I need to also. I've heard good things about, so I need to get caught up on.
You do have to read War World before getting into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because there's characters who show up and you're like, who the hell are these two kids?
That's true. And the beauty of it is, at least with the current Superman run, is while they mentioned it in the first issue, it's just kind of like a lot has happened, kind of, and it's just like, oh, there's all these different panels, or I think it's just like him in a thought, kind of. But so we know it's there, but it's different from this too.
Plus, I think most things are in trade now, so they should be decently easy to find.
I think I actually saw the World War stuff.
I know 2. I think there's supposed to be 3 volumes of that. There's War World Rising, War World something like Battle something, and then there's gonna be one more.
Okay.
So
3 total for the
3 total, and then there's the Return of Kal-El, which DC's horrible with getting their trades out, so we'll get it at some point.
You're right. So second on my list from this last week. One that we've talked about that I'm gonna go ahead and give all these DC books at least a try. I picked up the new Doom Patrol book.
Did it live up to your hype?
I didn't have a lot of hype going into it. I didn't know what to expect. I will pick up issue 2. So it has earned at least issue 2. I'm interested to see. It's a lot of, like in this issue, Jane is essentially the chief. It's one of her personas known as the chief. Kind of reminds me of what is it in Umbrella Academy? The number 5? Is he the?
No, 5's the one that the time traveler. The one with all the personnel. You mean?
No, I'm talking about the little kid. It's number
5,
right?
The little kid that is 5.
Yeah. He kind of looks like that, similar, but wears like a mask. Anyway.
Hey, Gerard Way, Gabriel Bach, give us volume 4 already, please. Because it actually is a really good series.
It is. I've enjoyed a lot of Umbrella
How is the show on season 4 before you're on volume 4?
Have they passed the material yet?
Yeah, pretty much, because Volume 3 ends with them meeting with like the Sparrow Academy. Oh, who are these kids? And season 3, or whatever the last season was the Sparrow Academy.
Yeah.
So they did pass them technically.
But I enjoy it. It seems like it's going to be them kind of hunting down with the effects of this whole everything that's happening with the Lazarus planet and all that. More people are becoming affected with mutagens and becoming, getting.
I mean, you got to make new heroes somehow.
Exactly. So the Doom Patrol is kind of hunting them down to kind of help them cope and be like, hey, we can help you deal with this. It's them battling this monster in Gotham the whole time. So Batman and Robin both make an appearance.
Of course.
But it's kind of, they try to battle it their way. It doesn't work. And then, I'm sorry, I'm kind of giving it away. I'll pull it back. I'll let you go ahead and read it. I'm just interested to see where it goes. So I'll go ahead and give it another shot then.
One cool news that came out this week, there's going to be a Batman and Robin book coming out in, I believe, June, written by Joshua Williamson, and if I remember correctly, Simone DeMeo doing art. I hope I was right on that. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But a new Batman and Robin book on top of there's a Brave and the Bold coming out.
That starts in May, right?
Starts in May. I believe that's Tom King, and then
it is. And then he has Penguin coming out.
There's Penguin, and then
June
there's
too.
I'm pretty sure that Joker book's still going. There's always gonna be a Joker book. There's always, and then Harley Quinn. There's a lot of bad stuff coming out.
What are they on right now? It's I don't know. I look when it comes out. It's like issue 7. Oh, was it the Deadliest Duo or whatever? I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
but that
the
was
Mark
Batman.
Silvestri thing.
Yeah.
I should have picked it up. It's just too pricey for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure the trade will be worth it.
Yeah.
All right, my pick too. Sorry, I keep derailing us.
No, you're totally fine.
I feel bad. I forgot this was coming out. Well, I thought this was coming out later, and then it came out this week. Issue 1 of the Ambassadors, with Mark Miller writing. And do you know who did the art for this? Interiors art. You're gonna get mad. Frank Whiteley. Yeah.
I don't.
His first interior art in 6 years. I think you said you're not a big Whiteley fan.
No. I do like his stuff because didn't he do
All-Star Superman,
All-Star Superman,
New X-Men.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm fine with
Jupiter's
stuff.
Legacy or Circle, whichever of those two, because they're all Jupiter's Legacy now, but I know they were like called different things.
Yeah, at the time. No. I don't mind Quietly at all, but okay.
And this was a cool, but he's not going to do every issue. He's only doing the first. Each issue is going to be different artists because 6 heroes, 6 issues. So the first issue is about this girl here. I got the Pepper LaRaz cover art because it just looks beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's really nice.
But it was a cool, interesting story. I'm riding the Miller hype train. He's really spitting right now.
He is.
Like Nightclub comes out next week. I'm picking that up. Nemesis, we both liking Nemesis, and then a Big Game is getting closer and closer. Whatever
when
the hell.
Big Game start?
It's supposed to be. Let me see. It's on the back of the.
It's on the back of
July.
Okay.
July 19th. It's getting closer, and we still have no idea what the hell it is. But I'm excited.
Is that finally when everybody's gonna come together?
I know. Okay, so we do know these guys are gonna show up in that because they've made that clear. I believe and they showed art that these guys, the Magic Order and Kick-Ass, are in it at least.
Yeah.
Those 3 at least. And probably Sharky, most likely, because he liked Sharky. It was a space bounty hunter he made.
Okay.
And maybe the Jupiter's Circle Legacy guys, if they can fit in this world.
I'll be
most likely Nemesis too. So we'll see.
No, I'll be interested to see how this works out. The third thing I read then, I did get digitally. I just haven't read it yet. The what is it? Waller
versus Wildstorm.
I'm sorry. I picked that up. Haven't read it yet. So shame on me there. But that is on the reading list. The last thing I did do is I picked up Harley Quinn 28.
Yeah, I heard mixed things about that.
Yeah. I did not like it. Like I said, there was nothing I did not like this week. There was just nothing that was necessarily as, great as weeks ago. I'm interested to see where the story goes. It seems like they're going to use, I don't know. I liked it. How can I put this? I've never been one to be necessarily huge on like a manga style art, and I don't even know necessarily if that's what you call this. It's more kind of cartoony in a way, but
maybe more pop.
Yeah,
Shoujo?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm terrible at describing what I'm thinking in my head, so I'm probably just doing it wrong.
But you didn't. I'm guessing you didn't love the art style.
I got used to it as it went, and then it felt like it fit more. At first, yes. at first it was just kind of like, sometimes how you open a book, like have you ever bought anything off the cover and you're like, okay, this is gonna, and you like just flip through it a bit and you're just like, oh, it doesn't look bad. And then you start reading it and you're like, okay. And it kind of grows on you, or either grows on you more or it kind of grows on you less the more you do.
If the artist and the writer work together well to keep tonally consistent, then it pops.
Yes. And
but if they're not working well together, then the book just suffers.
I will say that I just went in and I started reading. I was like, oh, this is poppier than I thought. And then the more I read, it fit more with the tone of the book. And it's not like it's bad. It's not bad at all. It just like the style that I'm usually used to. But by the time I got done with the story, I was like, okay, not bad. I like the new duo together. I'm still one. It's funny because in my non-related reading to this, I still always randomly, there's stuff that I'm always trying to catch up on. And I started reading Sean Murphy's White Knight.
I'm gonna get into that at some point. What the thing that annoyed me, I know he made a Red Hood story a couple months ago, which I wanted to pick up because Sean Murphy's a great artist, but I hadn't read anything before then. I know like it's a whole universe, so I didn't know if I had to read everything else beforehand, or I'm gonna be lost, or if it was standalone.
Here's my problem is I got done reading the first couple issues of that, and it's kind of like minor spoiler alert because I don't know how the story's unfolding fully, but it is something that's just a little later on. It's kind of like the original Harley Quinn returns in a way, like the
I know they had a version of Harley there.
Yeah, like Daddy's Little Monster, over
the Tara Strong version.
Yeah, well, not even, but like the more over sexualized Harley was kind of like there, and she's replaced back kind of with the original heart. Not that she wasn't over sexualized in just a full bodied suit, but still, kind of like an original. It was more like a return to like a strong type character in that book. So I read that, and then I go into this, and it's more comedy again because Harley's kind of gravitated towards that as a character. We talked about that.
Yeah.
But it fits. It's again, I didn't mind it, and I will pick up issue number 29 of that too.
My third of the week, and I only got 3 this week just because saving money. I meant to get Daredevil number 9. It's saved in my pull. I'm gonna pick it up probably next week when I get paid. It's just money's hard, you gotta. If I get everything, I didn't know if I'd have time to read it.
No,
but
I totally get it.
But it's saved, and I'm gonna get it. Though I kind of wish I got that instead of something is killing the children 30. I liked it. It's just now it's going on. I don't want to say hiatus. It left on a cliffhanger. That was okay. I'm liking the series. Just I need to stop buying every single issue as they come. I need to start letting these just kind of build.
And then pick up the trades.
Not to pick up the trades. I like getting the floppies. I hate because I have issues 6 into now. I need to get trade 1 because that's volume 1. That's issues 1 through 5. And I did that with. Do you remember Kieran Gillen's Die?
Yeah.
I have volume 1 of that, and then the rest is single issues. Well, actually, I have 3, 4, and then the rest is single issues. So I don't have 1 and 2. But it just bugs me. It's like I have the trade, but then I have everything else floppy. It just bothers me. It's for my collector brain. Maybe one day I'll find the rest. But in the Image books, they get reprinted, but not that often.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I get it. I don't know why. If it's just the older I am, the more I like having like the whole story arc kind of, or at least a big chunk of it in one read through.
Yeah. I think it's collector's mindset. I think I'm going to still buy them, just not buy them. But then I'm also like wasting money. Why do I buy them? I'm not going to read them for 6 months. Yeah. That's kind of stupid. Yeah. And that's the thing people do. I'm not calling you stupid if you wait to read each issue, but I don't know. There's no real right way to do this.
Well, no, that's the thing.
Because it's annoying to get an issue and feel like it wasn't worth the $4 I just spent.
True. It's all kind of, I feel like it's a personal preference in a way, but I do get that. And I think it's kind of cool for us just to talk about this real quick, because I've thought about this in my head I like we talked about the trade paperback, because I like having that chunk of story together. Because sometimes, not to say, because I have picked up single issues and read from beginning to end, and it's been a fantastic single issue. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they can't be done. They can be done.
They used to be done. They still are done.
Yeah.
Now it's more spread out over 6 issues.
It seems like we go in, and I get we have a bigger story to tell, and we can't tell that whole story in one issue, and you need multiple issues to tell it. So I understand that too, but it's sometimes then, because of that, issue 2 in a run or issue 4 will have filler or just some of the boring stuff. that you need to kind of, so you'll have issues that there's a lull.
Yeah.
Just,
But then when you go back and read it, all 6 in one go,
Exactly.
it fits perfectly. Like, I get why this was here, but when I spent it and had to sit on this for a month, it's hard.
I guess it's just one of those of, do you want to know as soon as possible what happens, or do you mind waiting until it comes out as a whole trade and then,
I guess
not, you know, or as
it
a
really just
collection
depends on
or-
what you're reading. Because if I'm
That's
reading
true.
Batman, I don't love that I have to wait 6 issues for just anything to happen. But if I'm reading an image book, and I can forgive it for something. For this is a boom book. This is a creator-owned thing. For creator-owned things, you know, you're going for the creators, and they're gonna tell the story, and you like it or you don't. So you gotta. That's like an agreement that you make. Like, they're gonna tell their story how they want to tell it, and you're just gonna put up with, like, Saga. If you like Saga, you're gonna put up with the 3-year hiatus they were just on because you liked the story, and they came back, and they come back next week too. From their like little
I've
break.
always heard so. I've never started it. I've always heard so much. Good
I've
stuff
seen
about
bits
it.
and pieces. I read the first issue. First issue was good. It's just I don't know. I'm reading a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how I am. As I have. So
I think
many,
it was like one of those things where, like, this has to end at some point. That might be one of the few series where I actually will wait till it's over,
and then finally,
because it's not gonna go for that long.
I was going
don't
to do
think it
that.
could, at least.
Here, I was going to do that with Fable, and granted, I guess I still kind of can because
Isn't
I
that
thought
about to reach like
done.
150?
Well, they just started.
Yeah, they're coming
out
back.
Yeah, they came back with new ones. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll wait now. Then I guess. So did you have anything else this last week before we move on to?
I read I think I read for fun from our local library, this Fangs by Sarah Anderson, the author of Sarah Scribbles. It's just this fun little cute little collection of little one-page stories or 2-page stories of a vampire and a werewolf that start dating and fall in love.
Oh.
It's cute, it's fun, it's weirdly dark. It's just a cool little thing. Just cool illustrations. It was a
like
fun
that.
little sweet story. A nice little palette cleansers, because I can't read just superhero stuff.
No. I'm with you. Granted, that is all I have currently right now, but it is to the point where you kind of hit and you need something else to go away. The library is such a great place to pick up.
Yeah, if you
stuff.
For any adults, if you have kids, make them get a library card.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Even if they
use mine
only
a lot
read
too.
comic books, that's still reading something.
I went and I picked up just things that I'd been wanting to read finally. So I talked about White Knight. I'm sure I'll get that done this week. I picked up the Black Case book, which was the Grant Morrison collection of the comics he used that inspired him before he wrote Batman R.I.P. And I picked that up to kind of read as pre-reading because I also picked up Batman and Son, which is the first volume of his run on Batman. Yeah. I've never read Morrison's Batman, so I'm finally going to dive into
I did read bits of Batman and Son. When I did. It's always weird reading Damian when he first, because Morrison does write him to be a little shit. Like, I get why people hated him, because you were meant to.
Yeah.
It just, that the downside is that stigma it's sort of leaving him now, but it never really left him, especially when, like, the animated stuff started incorporating him. They make him a douchebag because, you know, he had only been around so long. And so that characterization stays there. But now, I mean, I haven't read Joshua Williams' all of it, but I read some of it, and Damian's really cool. Especially when you read him in Super Sons. Damian's awesome.
Yeah, no,
he's my favorite Robin.
I've read some stuff. I don't even know if I have one. Actually, I think I do, and it's weird because it's probably nobody else's. I love Carrie Kelly as Robin, and I think that she could have been a great character if only Frank Miller fleshed her out better. But that's neither here nor there.
Can she ever come into the main universe, or do you think she's one of those who has to stay?
Well, I think she has to stay, and she's like Catgirl now because that's what he turned her into for. Oh no! In the third, I take that back. I started Master Race, but I was just to the point I was over Frank Millard at the time because we did those two back to back. She's Batman at the start of Master Race.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, no. Like, I like the transition, but I mean, she's constantly changing. I don't know. I don't mind a Tim Drake Robin.
Yeah, Tim Drake's cool. I like all Robins. Just Damian's kind of my favorite. I guess just because when I started getting into comics is when he was sort of introduced. He's been around. I just kind of grown up with him.
It was always it's weird because I guess it might be Dick Grayson. Just because I think back again, my Batman always is. The animated series is what got me really into.
That's Dick as Robin.
Yeah, it is. And then towards the end of it, we got it's Tim as Robin and Dick as Nightwing.
I love how they just skip Jason.
Oh, they do. They completely. That's the thing. Is like I didn't because as a kid I watched that show, and then I read some Batman comics, and then kind of the older I got, I kind of drifted away and then came back to comics again later. And so when I came back, like, and I'm reading, like, obviously I remember, like, all right, there's Dick Grayson, there's Tim Drake, that's 2, and then like, oh no, Tim Drake's the 3rd Robin. Wait, what? And like,
who's the second?
Yeah,
and then I remember Dick was my favorite for a long time just because of the Teen Titans animated show.
Oh yeah, no,
that was
really
on when I was a kid, and that was what I grew up with. Even though I didn't know he was Dick Grayson, I only ever knew him as Robin. I was dumb as a kid. I was like, he's Robin. He has a name. That's not his name. What?
So I guess looking forward to this week, I know we talked about, I don't necessarily have a lot that I'm picking up. We talked about that Jonathan Kent series. Issue 2 comes out this week.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up that and issue 1 to go ahead and get caught up on that because that's something I've been wanting to do.
Oh, the Marvel's Planet of the Apes book comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their new, their Fox, the 20th Century Studios lineup, or their imprint, which could be cool, could be bad. I love that cover by Joshua Cassara. I don't know if I'll pick that up, but it looks cool. I am definitely picking up Ghost Rider 13 because I'm loving this Penn Percy run.
Okay.
It's just horror and violent. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the John Kent. And then I had something else saved.
Oh, by the way, the Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, is apparently the new Joker book. They're on issue 7 of that.
Oh yeah.
We're getting close to just for
and
those.
Nightclub and Love Everlasting #6, the Tom King create-our-own book, which I really like, is coming back.
I need to go ahead and pick that up too. Also,
well, you have to read issues 1 through 5 first.
No, yeah, no.
You gotta read that trade first. This will not make sense.
Well, no, I get that, but anytime you say Tom King, my ears perk up.
Yeah, and it's create-our-own, and it's art by Elsa. I forget her name. She's done a lot of good artwork. It's a really good series. I like it so far.
Also, Flash 796 comes out this week as we get close to this Flash 800.
I wanted to get into that, but I was like, no point now because it's about to restart.
Yeah,
that's the downside to it. I'll try to find it in trade afterwards, maybe.
Dark Horse, Where Monsters Lie. I saw #3 of that comes out this week. That seems to be just off the title or the cover. A horror book. So I always love that. I mean, what else would you think that is, Mason? Right? That's got to be a horror book, right?
Oh, most definitely.
So that's what looking forward to next week. Also continue to read. Lastly, what I picked up because I know I'm going to hate it. Do you ever pick up things that you know you're going to hate, but you feel like you have to read it because
I stopped doing that, but I used to. I tried to stop.
I picked up Identity Crisis.
The trade?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate Identity Crisis. Okay. Granted, because when I read it, I was like, oh, this is the story where Green Arrow like pierces Deathstroke's skull. Like, why do people hate this? Then I read it. Oh, okay, I can see why. This makes sense. Yeah. It's though I'll give him this. I'll give Brad Meltzer this. It is, I don't know if brave's the right word. It's bold. What they did was bold.
Yeah. No.
Unapologetic. I'll give him that.
And like that's the thing. At the time, it was. I think they felt like they needed to. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily want to say.
I mean, I didn't need that to happen to Sue Dibney, but that's okay.
Well, my biggest thing is also like again, I know like what I'm going to be upset about going in. Mm-hmm. I just haven't read it for the full effect of it, but like. To have the Justice League just agree to what they kind of agree to, and I'll just anyway. So I'm sure I'll be able to bring that up on Bros Foes. That's what we're reading it for.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I am trying to. Well, I reserved them at the library. I rewatched Akira recently. I love that movie, but I need to sit down and fully. I read the first volume. I never actually read all 5. It's all one big story. I'm gonna pick up 2 through 6. I'm going to try to, it's going to take me a while, but I'm going to try to go through and just read the whole manga.
See, I've never read, okay. I've only watched the movie, and I love the movie. Just the video. I love
Did you know that the movie's directed by the guy same guy who did the manga?
I thought I read that somewhere.
He did, and he was doing it while the manga was going. So when it got to, that's the reason why the ending's kind of weird in the movie.
Because the manga was right?
Yeah, it was way ahead of where it was. The manga was like halfway done. He's like, shit, how am I going to end this? Here's one thing. I'll see if I can fix it later.
Yeah. No, but I love Akira. But all right, so that's what we have coming up. Anything else before we head out for?
If you want to tune into Bibliophobia,
Yes,
me
sir.
and Zach are recording an episode that you'll see in a couple weeks.
It's going to be a story that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right, thank you. Thanks for letting me on again, Zach.
Yeah, no, hey, it's always fun having the time to talk to you. And until always, everybody, stay safe. Wait. Until always, everyone stay safe made no sense. Until next time, everyone, stay safe.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.